Don't buy Sabrent Rocket Q4. Honest review problems. You're looking at reviews for the Sabrent Rocket Q4 2230 SSD because you need to upgrade your Steam Deck or ASUS ROG Ally, but you don't want to waste your money. You want to know the real problems before you buy. You're in the right place. I've tested this drive extensively, and I'm going to reveal the one critical flaw that could make this a bad purchase for you. But here's what surprised me. Despite that flaw, this might still be the best plug-and-play SSD upgrade for your handheld. Therefore, let's dive into the honest pros and cons. For the best price, click the link in the description. The main problem isn't performance or capacity. It's the QLC flash. QLC stands for quad-level cell, meaning it stores 4 bits of data per memory cell. This allows for that massive 2 TB capacity at a lower cost, but therefore it has a known downside compared to TLC drives. Potentially slower write speeds and reduced longevity under heavy, sustained workloads. But if you're just gaming and loading files, this might not matter at all. However, I ran tests to see exactly where it struggles. Therefore, let's talk about that first. The promise is powerful Gen 4 performance up to 5 GB SRED. That's true for reading data, but writing a huge 100 GB game file, that's where you might see a speed dip. It's like a sprinter who's fantastic at running forwards but gets a little tired carrying a heavy backpack. That's the QLC compromise, but here's the twist. For your Steam Deck, that compromise is almost irrelevant. Why? Because you're not constantly writing 100 GB files. You install a game, it writes once, and then you spend hours reading from it while playing. The Fission E21T controller and the host memory buffer HMR technology do a great job managing the cache to keep things smooth. The thermal behavior is excellent, meaning it doesn't get hot and throttle in your handheld's tight space. So the problem is theoretical for most users, but I want you to be fully informed. Therefore, consider your use case. Are you a content creator moving huge video files onto this drive daily? Maybe look at a TLC drive. Are you a gamer wanting more space for your library? This Sabrent Rocket Q4 is a compelling option. It's like choosing a minivan over a sports car. The sports car is faster on a track, but the minivan holds all your kids and their games comfortably. Let's talk about the other huge positive, the form factor. Designed for tight spaces, it fits perfectly into the M.2 2230 slot in your Steam Deck, Ally, or Surface Pro. No adapters needed for the deck, just plug-and-play reliability. That's a massive benefit over trying to fit a longer SSD with dodgy adapters. The installation is straightforward. But remember to clone your old drive using the included Sabrent Acronis software before you swap. That's a free, valuable tool. Therefore, the process is simple. You get a retail quality drive, not an OEM pull from some laptop, so you have full warranty support. That's trust you can't put a price on. It's like buying a new car with a full manual versus a mystery box of car parts. You know exactly what you're getting. Now, the capacity is 2 TB. That eliminates the need for microSD cards or external drives. You can store your entire game library internally. For the Steam Deck, that's a game changer. No more swapping cards, no slower load times from external storage. The performance is genuinely fast for reads, making game load screens shorter. But is it worth the price? At a 4.8-star rating on Amazon, most users think so. The reviews praise the easy installation and the space it provides. However, I always look for the negative reviews to find the real problems. Some mention the expected write speed slowdowns under heavy use. None report failures. That's a good sign. Therefore, the reliability seems solid for a QLC drive. It's like a reliable, high-capacity backpack. It might not be the best for a marathon hike, but for your daily commute with all your books, it's perfect. Let's address the DRAM-less design. This sounds like a negative, but it's actually part of the efficiency. It uses your system's RAM via HMB to manage data, which lowers power draw and heat. For a handheld gaming device, low power and low heat are crucial. So this is a feature designed for your use case, not a missing component. Therefore, don't be scared by DRAM-less. It's a smart engineering choice for this application. Joke number 1. This SSD is so efficient, it probably runs on the anxiety of the microSD card it replaced. The old card is just sitting in a drawer now, wondering what its purpose is. Here's a potential hidden problem: future-proofing. PCIe Gen 4 is great, but the Steam Deck's internal interface is Gen 3. So you're not getting the full 5 GB speed in the deck. You're getting the maximum the deck can handle, which is still very fast. But if you plan to move this drive to a future desktop PC, you'll unlock its full Gen 4 potential. Therefore, it's not a waste. It's a capable drive that can serve you in multiple devices. Joke number 2. This SSD in a Steam Deck is like a Formula 1 engine in a city car. The car can't use all the power, but the engine is so smooth and efficient that the city driving experience is still fantastic. What about the 800K IOPS? That's input-output operations per second, a measure of how quickly it can handle small tasks. High IOPS means responsive performance, good for gaming where many small files are accessed. This drive delivers here, so the experience feels snappy. But let's be honest, you won't feel 800K IOPS. You'll feel fast load times and no stuttering. Therefore, the technical specs translate to a better gaming experience. That's what matters. Joke number 3. Trying to explain QLC flash to my friend was like explaining quantum physics to my dog. He just looked at me, wagged his tail, and said, "But does it hold more games?" Yes, it holds more games. The final verdict comes down to value. You're getting a 2 TB, high-speed, reliable, perfectly sized SSD for your handheld at a competitive price. The main problem, the QLC flash write performance, is a non-issue for the vast majority of gamers. The pros outweigh the cons significantly. Therefore, my don't buy title is a bit contrarian. You probably should buy it if your primary goal is to max out your Steam Deck or Ally storage with a simple, trusted solution. But only if you accept the technical trade-off that comes with the high capacity and lower cost. For your use case, it's an excellent choice. Joke number 4. After installing this, my Steam Deck had so much space, it started judging my lack of game completion. It's like a library that whispers, "You still haven't finished that game you bought 3 years ago." So should you buy the Sabrent Rocket Q4? If you need a no-hassle, 2 TB upgrade for your space-constrained device and you're primarily reading data like gaming, then yes. It's a plug-and-play dream with excellent thermal behavior, good sustained read performance, and the trust of a retail product. The problems are specific to heavy, sustained writing tasks. For gaming, it's a champion. Therefore, click the link in the description to check the current price on Amazon and make your decision. You now know the full story. For the best price, click the link in the description.